Tennis is cruel. Imagine the emotions that you feel when you lose from being 2 sets up in front of your home crowd after giving your all for 5 hours and 45 minutes. Imagine the emotions that you feel when you have already been there and done that, but you still have the drive to battle, to win, and in the end it pays off and you come out victorious in one of the greatest matches of all time. Tennis is cruel, but I guess that's the beauty of it. I guess this is the reason why we watch it. I guess these are the moments where legends are made, or in this case, solidified. There is no point in talking about this match because what I and many others watched cannot be described into words. If you didn't watch this, then you should rewatch it yourself. Or better yet, just take that L on the chin and live with the fact that you didn't watch. Andy Murray should be a role model for everyone. He is someone you can actually aspire to be like. He is not superhuman even though he has a metal hip. He is just someone who fights. Someone who fights in every situation, and we all should know that eventually it will all work out. My heart breaks for Thanasi, who was a fingertip away from winning the match, but there are just days when it wasn't meant to be. I don't know how to move on from that, but in another beautiful story of the Australian Open, Mmoh beat Sasha Zverev in the second round of the Australian Open to prove that an athlete should always be ready, and if the opportunity comes, you should take it by its horns. As Michael himself said, he had the flight booked to go home yesterday after his loss in the qualifying stages against Alexander Vukic, but in a positive turn of events, he is doing something that he hasn't done in his entire career. And it's not like his appearance in the third round is a fluke. He fought back to win in 5 sets in his first round matchup, and now he beat an Olympic champion Sasha Zverev. And yes, I saw that Zverev made many unforced errors, especially those awful double faults in the most important parts of the match. But still, as I said, you have to capitalize on those opportunities that destiny presents to you. And to add to it, if you haven't seen, Michael's part of the draw is wide open. One of these players will reach the semi-finals of the Australian Open. Popyrin, Shelton, Wolf, Murray, RBA, Paul, Brooksby, and Mmoh himself. Will it be hard for him to reach the semis? Absolutely. But is it possible? Hell yeah. So who knows, maybe the American will become the luckiest loser in Grand Slam history. And now that I mentioned Brooksby and how he is still in the tournament, let me talk my shit. In my prediction video where I predicted that Kyrgios will win the whole thing, I know, people were making fun of my prediction skills. Well, now you can call me Mystic Pack because I predict these things. I knew that Rude will be eliminated from the tournament in the second round. Bro is a fraud with all due respect, and I knew it. Never doubted myself, and now I want my respect from everyone who laughed at me. Rude will never be a threat at Grand Slams, and nobody can tell me or prove me otherwise. But now let's talk about the elephant in the room. Is there a Netflix curse in tennis already? Badosa, Kyrgios, Tomljanovic, Berrettini, Rude are out. Jabeur broke my heart and most importantly her own heart with her loss against Vondrousova. And finally Fritz lost to Popyrin. Popyrin, bro. I don't want to disrespect him too much because he did put an enormous effort into this win and the unbelievable crowd rallied him forward with their immense support. So it was a feel-good win for Alexei, but Taylor, man, you can't continue to shit the bed at the Grand Slams now that you are not just another top 30 guy that hopes for a great result. Nowadays you are the man to beat, so the roles have changed, which evidently isn't something that he has learned to deal with yet. Caroline Garcia deserves a mention for her clutch performance against Leylah Fernandez. Apparently Roberto Bautista Agut came back from being 2 sets down against Brandon Holt, but I didn't watch that because I actually value my time. PCB lost, which is great because at least one boring Spaniard is out, just one to go. What was your favorite match of the 4th day of the Australian Open? Comment it down below. I am getting close to 1k subs, so every sub is appreciated, but until next time, take it easy, my friend.